how is it going? How are you doing? Yeah. So today I feel strongly convicted to talk about mistakes, how to recover from mistakes, because it's the beginning of the year and I don't want you to come to 2024 with baggage of mistakes that you did that you feel are unforgivable. I got a text from this lady. I couldn't put it on social media for her because of privacy reasons, that she had numerous abortions and she's finding it hard to forgive herself. She doesn't feel worthy of living. Another lady, I'll put that here. Another lady was telling me she was a virgin and then accidentally had sex with a guy, and she hates herself because the guy left her, ghosted her. And again, a pizza, and again, an aeroplane. Ooh, I don't know if you can feel the noise. An aeroplane is passing by. That's why I'm being goofy. Yeah, so she feels like she's not worthy of living, or she hates herself because of her mistakes. In this world, you will make a lot of mistakes. Number one, because you're human. Number one, because you learn. We learn from mistakes. I tell people, as a mindset coach, as a personal development coach, I tell people the world out here is very unforgiving. Someone has to be on your side, and that person needs to be you. We've been punished so much from our childhood. When you do something, you slapped here and there, you beaten. We Africans, beating was, common in most households. I went through the same, yeah. So as adults, we continue with the same cycle. We are continuously punishing ourselves. We continue with the same cycle of punishing ourselves. How could you? What is wrong with you? You should know better. So, but punishing yourself doesn't help. It just leaves you feeling ashamed. And what shame does is that it connects you to what you did. So you start feeling like, for example, if you had an abortion, shame makes you feel like you are a murderer. It connects you. You're not able to separate what you did from who you are as a person. It makes you think you are what you did, so you're beyond repair. So I just want to tell you, the thing that you feel you cannot recover from, the thing you feel is unforgivable, is the thing you need to forgive yourself for the most. Yeah, we are out here forgiving people. We are out here giving free passes to even men who are treating us badly. But when you do something, when you do that thing yourself, you feel like you are the worst person to be alive. You feel like, how could I not know? And we struggle. The thing that we struggle most with is actually forgiving ourselves, self-forgiveness, because I tell this to all my clients, we put a veil of righteousness. So when you hear someone somewhere has had maybe an abortion, or has had sex, has broken their virginity vow and had sex, we don't even think about it twice. We don't bother. But because it's you and you're supposed to be perfect, you put the veil of righteousness. How could I? How could I? If the other people can do it, so can you. You're also human. Now, the most important thing that you need to do after making a mistake is to learn the lesson. What is it teaching you? Because the problem, you become a fool when you repeat the mistake. You will make a lot of mistakes in this life. Even in the future, even in 2024, you will make others. But someone has to be on your side. Take the lesson. If you need to make amends, if you stole something and you need to give it back, give it back. If you need to do apologies, make the amends that you need to. And also another thing you can do is also writing a letter to yourself of forgiveness. I forgive you for this. I forgive you. If you put yourself through a string of toxic relationships, or you let yourself get violated by someone, or you cheated in your last relationship and you messed it up, write a letter to yourself and pour everything in that. The things you cannot even be able to say, pour them in that letter, and at the end of it all, I forgive you. I forgive you for allowing yourself to be violated. I forgive you, Muthoni, for doing this. I forgive you. And then at the end of it all, you cut the letter, throw it away, or you burn it off. Yeah? So the person who deserves the most forgiveness is yourself, from yourself. I tell people, we've been punished so much, we think punishment is all we need. Let me remind you, you cannot take back time to undo, take back time to undo what you did. You already did whatever you did. So you better learn from it and move forward wiser. Move forward wiser, experienced, and knowing what not to do in the future. The problem is, if you do something and you don't learn from it, you jump to victim corner. Oh, he was doing this, it's very easy for you to find yourself in the same cycle over and over again. to find yourself going through the same things over and over again if you don't learn the lesson. Now, I say when you mess up, when you're feeling like a bad person, when you feel like you're not worthy, that is the day you do something nice to lift your moods. That is the day you need to become your own best friend. Me, I'm not out here punishing myself. I'm not going to punish myself for anything. I'm going to learn the lessons I need to learn. And then I'm going to put my favorite movie on the TV. I'm going to cook my favorite food. I'm going to walk in the mall and buy myself a nice smelling scented candle. Again, a bit of noise from the aeroplane. So I'm gonna treat myself like my own best friend, because I'm no longer in that household where I'm gonna be beaten. I'm not gonna continue beating myself. I'm not gonna continue doing that. I will take a pen and I will ask myself, Muthoni, what do you need to learn? Especially about myself. What do you need to learn from that issue? Especially about yourself. Not even about the other person. Not even about the other person is okay. About the situation is okay. But most importantly, what do you need to learn about yourself? What is that thing teaching you about you? And when you recover, when you continue healing, the goal is not to go back to that woman who let herself go, or who lost herself and messed up, or who put herself through those things. The goal of you healing, of you going through that process of forgiving yourself, the goal is to be a better version of that woman. Is to be way better than that woman. We learn, I want you to remind yourself, we learn through mistakes, and you need mistakes, by the way, to guide you. Yeah? Take the less. What is it teaching you? You need to do better moving forward. Punishing yourself, constantly beating yourself, feeling like you're not worthy of being alive, connecting yourself to what you did does not help you at all. It makes you feel worse. Remember, we are human beings, and every time you feel too judgy, but then when you start forgiving yourself, when you start understanding you're human, you even stop judging other people out here. When you hear someone made a mistake, you don't start running to their social media to call them names, or jumping to how could she? Also, how could you? You also even stop judging other people. Yeah, you also start operating from a place of compassion. When you hear something is happening to someone, you're able to jump into that space of, you know what, when you know better, you do better. I don't think they knew they were trying to cause harm, or they knew they were hurting people, or I didn't think they knew. And if they knew that's what they were doing, at least now they've learned and they'll do better. We learn through mistakes, and it doesn't matter what it is you think you've done that's unforgivable. There's nothing that's unforgivable, especially not to yourself. Don't become a prisoner of your mistakes. Learn from them. Let them teach you, and let them guide you moving forward. The mistake, it becomes a mistake. If you do a mistake now, maybe you let yourself be in a relationship where you're beaten, you're violated, you're insulted, and then you leave that relationship and you get into another one that has the same cycle. You are the problem, by the way. Now you've made a mistake. But if the first time it happened and you realize, whoa, Muthoni, you can do better, or you realize, oh, I need to do better in my life, the thing that you feel you can't forgive yourself for is the thing that you need. It doesn't matter. I've gotten all kinds of messages from people about things they've done. That thing is a thing you need to forgive yourself for. You are a human being. And sometimes I ask my private clients, when you find someone who's done the same things you've done, oh, you know, I had 3 abortions, Muthoni, I feel so terrible. When you find someone who's done the same thing, what would you tell them? Oh, and then they tell me, I would tell them, you know, mistakes happen. I would tell them it's okay so long as they don't repeat it. Why are you not telling yourself the same things? Self-compassion, being your own best friend and being kind to yourself, showing yourself a little grace. So I just wanted to remind you that whatever mistakes you have done before, or whatever you have that's hanging on your shoulders, it's worth forgiveness. And what it will take you to forgive, what's happening? Like, there's too much noise in the air. Aeroplane after aeroplane, and I don't live close to the airport. So anyway, the thing you need to know about forgiveness is the thing you need is the willingness to want to forgive, even forgiving other people. And when you're willing to forgive, you will forgive. But when it comes to other people, I tell people forgiveness does not mean reconciliation. You can forgive someone and decide, I'm done with you, and it's totally okay. I say forgiveness is for your peace of mind. Yeah. So yeah, I will leave my contact here. I leave my phone number here. I leave my email address here. And guys, remember to sign up for our self-love bootcamp 2024 edition, so I can teach you how to start loving yourself. So I can teach you even how to know you're worthy of forgiveness, because maybe the reason you don't feel like you're worthy of forgiveness, or you feel so terrible, is because you don't think you're worthy, full stop. Yeah. So I'll leave the details here. Yes. Bye.